Welcome everybody back to Boost Motion, guys, and today this video is going to be how to convert your version 3 oil catch can from AdW1 to the 3.3-ish. Sorry AdW1, I know you're watching, but some people are going to do this modification anyways, and I just want to show them how to do it. So otherwise than that, guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button. If 800 of you guys watch, I want 800 likes. Otherwise, let's get into it. All right, everybody, so you know I have the version now 2 kit already installed, so I'm not going to go through the exact DIY, because if you guys know how to install it, you should know how to do what I tell you guys to do next. Now, you're going to leave however you have the inlet installed, you're gonna leave that alone. You're not gonna do the cut that I did. This is because I did some other nonsense. Okay, now you're gonna leave that line alone. That line comes from the PCV valve and it goes all the way into the intake of the oil catch can. Now you're gonna need to purchase another set of vacuum lines, so go to a hardware store and buy at least 5 feet of vacuum lines, and I'm gonna explain why. Now, you guys already know that on the outlet of the catch can, it goes to the intake manifold. Now, their last kit is great. Their version 3 works perfectly fine because it's still sucking in the blowback gases under low and medium low. Now, with the old, but with the PCV valve system, it also has a breather system. So pretty much, yes, this is a breather cone, but let me explain. This line actually connects to the turbo inlet. Now, under high load, blowback gases need somewhere to go, because when you're under boost, this PCV valve actually closes. So guess what? Under high load, where does blowback gas is supposed to go? It goes through the breather line that goes into the turbo inlet because it's under boost, or it's under high vacuum. So Nissan designed pretty much a simple system. Weird, but it makes sense because it's the breather system. It goes both ways on this side. Okay, now this side, it can only go one way, and that's out. Now, AdW1 with their 3.3 kit, they pretty much made some changes so that you can actually incorporate the passenger side turbo inlet. So if you want to check up there, have it installed for that specific catch can, but in this video it's very similar. So what I chose to do was cut the outlet of the outlet vacuum line of the catch can. I put in a T coupling for vacuum lines. I can't remember the exact size, but if you go to the parts store and you bring the vacuum lines, you'll see what I'm talking about. They come in an assortment. Now, this kit won't work unless you get these two things. At least one, I would say. You don't necessarily need to, but I believe you need at least one. These things are called check valves. AdW1 included them with a 3.3 kit, but you can also purchase them on Amazon and make sure you try to find the right size. This allows the air and or fluid to go in one direction and one direction only. Now, you're going to need to install these check valves on the first line that goes right towards the intake manifold. Reason being is, now that we're going to tap into two pretty much vacuum lines, right? When that goes under boost now, there's no PCV valve to close off the system, because guess what we did here? We added in an extra line. We're going to still have vacuum, so that's going to be very confusing for the PVC system. So what we're going to have to do is install the check valve in. Now that the check valve is installed in, right, this valve would close. Now it's just going to be closed because it's on the boost. So this one's not going to be energized for vacuum anymore. No more vacuum here, and it's going to be closed from here to this point. But guess what? High load, this is where the second line comes in now. This line is now going to run all the way to the turbo inlet, because now you have vacuum, high vacuum, on the turbo inlet side over there. And this valve should always stay open. I don't think you may not need a second check valve, because honestly, this line should never really close. It's always under either low or high vacuum. So I don't ever see this line closing. I'm just saying in my head, but you're going to need a check valve for the line that goes to the intake manifold, because now there's no more PC. The PCV valve is still working. It's just that now you have this other line, so you have vacuum, so it'll be very confused. So you don't want that, pretty much. Anyways, so once you add in that next line, now you can either buy AdW1's small little air filters like this, and they have these little black couplings right here, because that same breather line that comes off the valve cover. You could also check my old video, the install videos, to see where this stuff is at. You're gonna also install that breather right there with a coupling and a band. All right, guys, so I just want to break it down, the operational, how this car is set up right now after everything I've installed. Now, on the low to medium load right now, you'll have vacuum from the intake manifold. It's going to be sucking on this vacuum line, right? It's going to suck all this vacuum line. And then also from the turbo inlet, also you're gonna have the same suction there, right? That's low to medium load, and it's gonna, and also because we're tapping them off to each other, we're also still, this PCV valve is still open. Okay, now we go into boost. Boom, send it 15, 20 psi in here, whatever the case might be. Now you have 20 psi. High pressure wants to go to low pressure. Line energizes and it comes to the check valve. It stops right here. Stops right at the check valve because you can't induce the 20 psi here. That's it. It's not possible. So the check valve is going to close. So this line now is dead. We're not getting no more vacuum on this line. Okay. Now the only other way we can get vacuum for this to still have the PCV system running is, guess what? The line to the turbo inlet. That line is going to get high amount of vacuum. Now it's going to now charge up this line. This check valve is going to stay open. This is why I don't think we really need the check valve for this side. We could just honestly leave it. But anyways, now it's going to have vacuum, right? And also it also helps in here because remember, if it's 20 psi going this way, this closes this way, and if it's getting vacuum this way, this remains closed. So this is actually pretty good. So this vacuum goes from that way, goes all the way in, gets into the catch cam. This is not the direction of the flow of air, but I'm just backtracking, right? We're gonna go all the way back, and then now we meet the PCV system. Guess what happens? We're in the high load for the turbo over here. The PCV valve is now open because there's vacuum, and guess what? The system is still working. Some of you guys are gonna still ask, well, what's the point of having a breather? Guess what? Now what's supposed to happen is, because this system is still working at high load, right, and it's also still working at low load, the fresh air is still being induced into the crankcase system. That is what AdW1 has done, and I did make modifications to their kit. I definitely believe that it works. It works. I mean, they have stated you need the 3-port. I don't want the 3-port. I don't think it makes sense to have a 3-port. I mean, it makes it easy for you guys if you purchase the 3-port out the hole. But if you already have this kit, this is the best option for what I can tell you guys to do. And just try to find a small cone and a coupling for this. Add it to the breather. Don't even have to unclip that hose at all. You don't have to unclip that part at all. You can literally just pull it out, put a coupling in there and a little breather, and it's gonna work perfectly fine. So let me just have my closing statement. All right, guys. So thank you guys. Definitely enjoyed the video. But let me just give you a little, just revert back to a little bit about it. Their version 3 kit is fine, just perfectly fine. It's mainly used for small to medium load. But when it comes to high load, the breather on the passenger side valve cover picks up for that. So yes, there is a little bit of oil that is induced into the system onto the turbo side. On the passenger side, but that's usually under high low full boost. So yes, they did, the first version, they did take care of majority of the work. That's why there's so much oil. You're probably not going to catch much oil in the passenger side because that's unless you're always in full boost, always beating on the car and everything. But otherwise than that, guys, hopefully this video helps some of you guys who are DIY dudes. And I'm sorry I really couldn't make this polished or anything like that because, day job, everything like that. But if you made it to this part of the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, bell notification, and you can also contact me on Boost in Motion IG and Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. You guys already know. Check the merch below. That was a lot to say. If you made it to this part, appreciate it. Good day.